Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and I know I don't often talk about music and things like that, but honestly man, this is just such an impressive whole, I guess, rollout of an album that I felt like I genuinely needed to talk about it. I mean, this has been superb. I will say I am a pretty massive Kanye West fan. He's definitely been one of my idols, and I've been definitely anticipating the album to come out, but if you don't know, Kanye West recently released his newest album, Donda, in tribute to his mother, Donda West. Basically, the entire rap industry is featured on this album. It's pretty phenomenal how many features actually came through and performed on this. And it's absolutely dominating the charts, and it's become kind of like a cultural phenomenon, man. It's actually impressive how many records are being broken, how many different standards are being set, and just everything kind of surrounding this album, how it all went down. I felt like I kind of just wanted to, talk about it in a video here, so keep in mind, this is the day after the album came out. Of course, there is the rest of time now for this album to stand on its own and, for sales to go down and things like that. But within 24 hours, Kanye West has already made an absolute standing with this album, and it's been pretty impressive to see. So first, I just kind of want to talk about the album really quickly. So Donda is a 27-track 1 hour and 49-minute long LP by the artist Kanye West, featuring pretty much everybody in the rap industry once again. I mean, Jay-Z, Playboi Carti, Fivio Foreign, Roddy Ricch, The Weeknd, Kid Cudi, Pop Smoke, Jay Electronica's on this album. We've got Don Toliver, we've got Young Thug, we have a Lauryn Hill sample, Lil Yachty, Lil Baby. We have pretty much everybody on this album. It's a phenomenal album, honestly. I mean, I've listened to the entire album multiple times at this point. It's been pretty much on repeat on my streaming platform since I've decided to, first listen to the album when it came out. I think there are definitely, two tracks in particular that I do not find myself listening to whatsoever. That's Tell the Vision, which is the Pop Smoke feature, quote unquote. It just honestly doesn't fit the album at all, in my opinion, and it just seems like an unnecessary bloating Pop Smoke feature for the sake of having a Pop Smoke feature there. Rest in peace, of course, to Pop Smoke. And I don't listen to the introductory quote-unquote track, which is more or less an interlude/introduction, the Donda chant, which is essentially just Donda being repeated over and over again. It just, of course, no real music or anything to it. It's just someone's name being chanted, and, after hearing it the first time, it's not really something I've ever wanted to hear again. But as an album, I do think that it provides a lot to the table. I think that it even actually has songs that non-rap fans themselves would find good. I think songs like, of course, Hurricane with The Weeknd, Lil Baby, and Kanye West would be a really good song for non-rap fans to enjoy. Believe What I Say, the Lauryn Hill sample is beautiful. The whole song has a great vibe to it. It's a really good feel-good song. 24 is a very peaceful and uplifting song as well. Moon just absolutely, transcends almost like a different plane. It feels like you're like levitating when you listen to that song. I feel like Remote Control also has the capability to get a lot of radio play. It seems pretty radio-friendly, quote-unquote. I think a lot of people also would like the track No Child Left Behind, which was notably the commercial feature for like the Beats commercial / Sha'Carri Richardson commercial. There's a lot of really good songs on this album, and you can make the argument that there's some filler tracks on this. It is 27 songs long. It's a 2-hour album. Some of the songs definitely run a little longer probably than they should. I'm definitely a big fan of the song God Breathed, which is the third track. It really reminds me of his album Yeezus, but I feel like they could have cut maybe the last minute and a half out of the song, which is just primarily the instrumental playing. Overall, though, it's a pretty good album, and I think that it provides, music for pretty much everybody to listen to. It's one of those albums that I feel like pretty much anybody can pick up and enjoy at least 1 or 2 songs off of. I feel like this could be one of those albums, almost like The Life of Pablo, that I think is, more open in a way that allows people to kind of, discover Kanye's discography in a way that they can't with, you can't just throw somebody into an album like Yeezus and expect them to absolutely adore Kanye West. Most of the time, people are not going to really enjoy that kind of music off the jump, but Donda is a definitely more commercially viable album, and it's definitely proving, man. It's definitely proving the entire numbers around this album are insane. And I just wanted to, make a video kind of breaking this whole thing down. So Kanye West and Universal officially dropped Donda at about, 9 a.m. on Sunday, which if you didn't know, the kind of like Billboard album cycle, most people drop their albums at midnight on Friday, and the album's sales will be charted from like midnight on Friday until the next Friday. So you get a week from Friday to go through and, sell your album and everything. That's how it's been for a while now, but of course Kanye West did not drop his album on Friday. He dropped it at random, okay, on Sunday early in the morning. And he still absolutely crushed numbers, which is actually quite impressive. It's pretty impressive how far the numbers actually extend here. So after missing about 2.5 or so days of sales, Kanye West is currently on pace to sell at least 300,000 or so first week. So he got much less time and much less hype to sell his project. Of course, you can make the argument that the hype was replaced with these 3 listening parties and everything. But Kanye West did not go the traditional, I guess, way of promoting the album by, releasing the release date a couple weeks ahead of time, promoting it through ads and billboards and, YouTube ads and things like that, and then dropping it at midnight on Friday. He's currently on pace to debut #1 at the Billboard's 200, and may even actually get a Hot 100 #1 debut with the song Hurricane, which from my understanding is currently surging in its streams. Of course it was going to. It has The Weeknd singing the chorus, so I mean, you got 3 of the hottest artists on the planet. You've got The Weeknd, Kanye West, and Lil Baby on the same song. That was pretty much bound to happen, I feel like, but it's also currently pacing to be the biggest album debut of 2021 so far. The album Donda also had nearly 100 million first-day streams on the global Spotify chart, which is the second biggest album debut of all time on the platform, only with about 16 or 17 hours of tracking. So usually, an album will debut once again at like midnight on Friday, and it's got until about midnight on Saturday. That's the debut period, right? You get that 24 hours. Well, Kanye West, considering he released it like, 8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever on a Sunday, his debut period was significantly shortened and still had the second biggest album debut of all time on Spotify. Now, it's pretty likely that, if Kanye, I guess, also went the traditional route, advertised the shit out of his album, released it at midnight on Friday, by logic, I would say he either probably would have come close to or would have outright beat the best debut of all time, which was actually Scorpion by Drake, who, if you don't know, is considered Kanye's kind of like biggest rival, who got around 132 million streams in the first 24 hours back in 2018. Now also, Donda broke Apple Music's record for consecutive #1 placements in nations around the world, and this is an insane feat here. So, out of 195 countries on Earth, Kanye West, as of me recording this, is currently #1 in 140 countries on Apple Music, which not only is this the first album in Apple Music history to reach #1 in over 140 countries, but it also means that Kanye West's album is currently #1 in about 72% of the entire planet. You gotta think right now, this album is on such a dominant run that nearly 3/4 of the entire planet has this album at #1 on streaming services. Like, this is a complete fucking takeover, you know what I'm saying? You don't reach these numbers by accident. This is like a full-on win. Only a handful of artists ever could pull this off. You're talking about Michael Jackson could have done this. Drake could do something like this. We're gonna wait and see if Drake is going to do this with his next album. That's gonna be a pretty hyped up spectacle to see. Also, as of me recording this, Kanye West holds the entire top 10 and 18 of the top 20 spots on the US Spotify charts, which are all tracks from Donda. Jail, which features Jay-Z, is the biggest debut song of the year. As of me recording this, Kanye also holds the entire top 20 on Apple Music's US charts and 19 of the top 20 on the global charts. Now, I don't know if you guys remember or know, but Kanye West held 3 live-streamed listening parties for Donda for the album rollout and everything. The first listening party broke Apple Music's record for an event live-streamed on the platform. It wasn't even close, by the way. Then the second listening party that he held broke the first listening party's all-time record set. Then he moved all of the listening stuff from Atlanta to Soldier Field in Chicago, and then the third one broke the second one's all-time record that broke the previous one's first set record. So you gotta think here too. This is interesting to know. Kanye made the biggest debut of the year so far, or is on schedule to. He's broke all these streaming records. He's breaking his own records. He's destroying these platform records, all after fully streaming the album 3 separate times. Leaks for this album, by the way, have been publicly available for years at this point. Songs like Believe What I Say have been snippets available to hear since like last summer. Hurricane, which is the pretty much hit song in all reality off of Donda, is actually a reworked song from Yandi, which was supposed to release all the way back in 2018. So Kanye West is out here breaking records with songs that are literally years old, you know? And now people, I guess, are hyping up this big Kanye versus Drake thing because, you know, Drake, he's rolling his album out on Friday. Drake and Kanye have been subliminally dissing each other for years. They have been industry rivals for a minute now, okay? And it's not really going to be fair, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I do think that Drake will probably outsell Kanye in total. I don't know if he's going to, you know, shatter all these records that Kanye set. He may come close or break some of them, but I do think Kanye will hold at least some of them. But first and foremost, Drake announced his upcoming album, Certified Lover Boy, for Friday, September 3rd, which means he'll get to take advantage of a full week of sales while Kanye actually missed multiple days of sales and also didn't previously announce, you know, the release date and time of the album, which, by the way, he claims was released without his permission by Universal Music. So Kanye West also had his album available for only about 2/3 of the debut day, while Drake is going to drop at midnight on Friday. So Drake has a little bit of an inherent advantage when it comes down to his release, so I think he's probably going to end up with better numbers. He's likely going to outsell Kanye West. He's probably going to get more streams. He's probably going to flex it. That inherent advantage might show through. But in Drake's defense here as a Kanye fan, and also as a Drake fan, don't get it twisted though, this is Kanye's fault for not taking advantage of it, you know? If Kanye wanted a fair square up, I guess, between him and Drake, they could have released their albums in the same music cycle, or Kanye could have just released it Friday on midnight, right after, you know, he broke the record with his listening party, and could have taken advantage of that full week and that full debut day and everything, but that was chosen not to be done, and it appears that Universal also kind of chose not to take advantage of that because they waited until Sunday morning to push the album out. So in all reality, man, I mean, does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? No, but is it impressive? Absolutely. I mean, you don't see things like this every day. When you see artists break records like this and show superstardom to this level, man, you kind of have to, I think, really kind of take it in while it's happening, because yeah, you can look back on this in the future and be like, wow, I really saw that happen, but it's a lot different when you see it happen, you know, in first person as it's going down. So I think we're going to get to see that happen again with Drake on Friday, and I mean, what can I say? Donda was a good album. Kanye West should be definitely happy with it, and he should be happy with the amount of positive reception that it's gotten and the records that it's shattered. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about Donda and signing out.